Okay, we have food on this episode of Man Talk. You totally want to check it out live on location at Daniel's Kitchen. Join us. Okay, so I'm very, very excited. As you can tell, we're going to eat today. At least I'm going to eat today. Lori has made a bunch of food, and we're going to try it all out as we talk about Daniel's Kitchen. This is an amazing restaurant in Edmore, Michigan, that if you've not been there and you haven't had their food, you got to try it. And Lori, tell me, okay, this isn't your average restaurant. Like, this is totally different. This is a ministry that God is using. Tell me, how did it start? What's Daniel's Kitchen?
So Daniel's Kitchen actually started long before I moved to the area, and I moved here in 2018.
Oh, okay.
But Carrie House really had a vision for wanting to put some type of ministry involving food and healthy eatery, was one of the ideas of what she could do. It just kind of fell into place. The Lord really worked in the behind the scenes.
You can come in if you don't have any money, correct?
Right.
Like, so how does it work? You come in and you have a lot of food on your menu. Matter of fact, well, actually, before that, I got to start eating.
Sure.
So tell me what this is right here. This is African
peanut
soup. Okay. Yeah. So tell me what this is.
So African peanut soup is a recipe that one of our church members provided.
Okay.
And it is basically ginger, onions, garlic, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, peanut butter, and then it's garnished with fresh roasted peanuts and some cilantro microgreens.
Sorry. This is good. Holy cow. So when they go about man talk, I know men like to eat. And let me just give you a little of my background.
Sure.
I grew up on meat and potatoes.
Right.
I didn't have a bean until I was probably 15. Very, very crazy. Not the typical for a lot of people in our community. But so I didn't eat a lot of, I would call this exotic.
Sure.
And it is so good. And I know there's a bunch more to eat, but I have to just have one more bite here.
Sure.
But it's so, so good. You really know how to season.
Well, I have to confess, and the students that I work with, I tell them all the time that it's difficult for me to teach them recipes because I don't follow recipes. And I was taught by my mother and my grandmother to cook from scratch, and you don't follow a recipe when you cook from scratch, really. So it's difficult for me to say, okay, this is the recipe, and it's in my head. So a lot of times, like even today, I had a student say, how do I make potato salad? Where's the recipe for it? And I said, I'm so sorry. You're just going to have to.
This is potato salad right here?
Yeah, you're going to have to follow me around the kitchen while I'm working, and I'll tell you what to put in it.
No, this is vegan, right?
That's vegan. We use vegan.
It doesn't taste vegan.
No.
Well, that's terrible. I shouldn't say that. Usually, sometimes vegan is a negative term.
Right.
But it's just so good, and it's so creamy.
Well, we get a lot of customers in here that are not expecting this to be a vegan vegetarian restaurant. So it doesn't say vegan vegetarian restaurant on our sign outside. It says healthy eatery. And a lot of times people come in and they don't even look at the sign. They just see maybe the bread basket and the vegetables and stuff, and they just assume it's a restaurant. And so they come in.
Because it is.
Right. And they're not, realizing that I don't serve certain items. And so it takes a little bit of convincing them to try something that's vegan or vegetarian. But I have never had anyone leave anything on their plate or ever say to me, I did not like what you just served me.
Right.
It's more, I am so surprised that this was vegan and vegetarian, and I enjoyed every bite.
Okay, so this is the TLT sandwich?
That is a TLT.
Hey, to my good buddy Craig, who wasn't here today.
That's right.
TLT, yeah, Pathfinder Strong. This is awesome. This bite's for you, pal.
Maybe he'll make it in here during camp meeting. Hopefully. So a TLT wrap, we use either the stripples or you can use a tempeh bacon that I purchase, and it's from another company. You know, there's so many companies coming out with vegan products right now. And this one has a hickory smoke flavor to it. And I should have, like, given you a sample of that just so you could try it.
This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love striples. I'm a big
Sure.
fan of the stripple. So this is so good. The TLT wrap.
And the lettuce on that wrap actually is grown and donated by a church member. So,
Really? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We just go to your, they just bring in stuff?
So certain things I can take, certain things I cannot take, but fresh produce grown in your garden,
Yeah.
you can donate to the restaurant.
Okay, so this is local food.
That's right.
That's
And
awesome.
I shop as local as I possibly can. My maple syrup comes from Six Lakes. My
Yeah.
honey comes from a vendor in Cedar Lake. I have a vendor that grows the microgreens and everything out of Vesterberg, and I try to do everything as locally as I can.
And this is the thing, like these people in this town, I'm assuming, this is bread basket of America. This is
Right.
corn, potatoes,
Right.
cows. I mean,
Yep.
this isn't like schwanky New York City.
No.
I mean, so if the locals are coming in and eating
Right.
it, I was talking to your the manager of your town. That's
Oh,
not the mayor, but
Justin,
Justin,
yeah.
And we weren't even, we were just having a conversation, and he's
Sure.
like, hey, you should check out Daniel's Kitchen. And he was just so excited. He goes, it's vegan, but you just can't believe it. It's such
Right.
good food. So definitely the locals are big fans. And again, the idea is you pay if everything's a donation. Is that
Sure.
correct?
So let me go back and I'll explain.
Okay.
We joined with One World Everybody Eats, an organization that has currently about 40 restaurants like ours here in the United States. So they're in various states. It was started about 25 years ago with the idea that people that are homeless, low income, elderly, it doesn't matter what walk of life you are, you should be able to afford to go into a nice restaurant, to
Yeah.
be able to sit down and have service and get good quality food.
Oh,
And whether you can pay
Awesome.
for it or you can't pay for it. So ours is based off of the fact that you can pay what you can in your pocket. If you only have 50 cents today, that's all you pay for your meal.
yeah.
If you want to volunteer, I have a gentleman that mows my grass. I have another person that shovels snow, and they do it in exchange for a meal.
That's so cool.
And then you can use a pay it forward token. So I have a lot of customers that come in and they love the idea, and instead of leaving a tip, they may buy a pay it forward token.
Yeah.
And our jar, since we opened 2 years ago, has never been empty.
Okay, so I come in, I don't have any money, but somebody else paid for a meal for me.
That's right.
That is so Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. By the way, this is so good too. This is, what is
The
this?
Greek wrap.
Yeah. Oh man,
So
I love
that's
it.
fresh spinach, olives, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and then it has a tzatziki sauce. But you can get it either with hummus or ranch, and all of our dressings are vegan. People do not realize they're vegan. I don't necessarily always advertise that they're vegan either, unless you ask. The cinnamon rolls are vegan.
Okay, I had one the other day, and it was. I don't know. Is this what's a good word? Dense. I mean that in just the most positive way. It was like, man, this is a heavy. It's a heavy cinnamon roll. It was good.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so this is some broccoli salad.
That is broccoli salad.
I need to show my wife that I'm eating broccoli
Sure.
because she's always telling me to eat broccoli.
Right.
Man, if we had this in our house, I'd probably eat it every day. What's
Yeah.
in it?
So it's broccoli and red onion, raisins, and then it has veganese.
What's
fresh,
veganese?
veganese, which is your vegan mayonnaise.
So this is vegan too?
Yeah, everything that you have in front of you today is vegan. There is nothing. Oh, I
This
take
is
that
great.
back. I take that back. Your Reuben is
Oh.
vegetarian.
It's vegetarian. Okay.
Yeah, your Reuben's vegetarian.
And then this is a salad.
This is a power bowl.
Well, what's a power bowl?
So a power bowl is going to have basic legumes and proteins. So you have seasoned quinoa on the bottom, And then we have seasoned black beans, sweet potatoes, fresh spinach, tomatoes, onions, and beet microgreens. And I gave you creamy cucumber dressing to eat it with.
All right. So quinoa.
Quinoa. And you can get it with brown rice if you want brown rice. Some people might not know what quinoa is and they're afraid to try it. The salad dressings are made by the students.
What students in town or what?
So no, I have students from Great Lakes Adventist Academy that I have been blessed with. I tell people all the time, I could not run this restaurant if I did not have the student labor that comes in and helps me every day.
Great Lakes Adventist Academy is awesome. I graduated there.
Yeah. So
No,
did
they
I,
let me in.
But I'm not telling you what year I graduated.
Okay. All right, but I absolutely love Great Lakes Adventist Academy. Great faculty, students. There's just such a, to your point, a sweet spirit.
There is.
The kids are just awesome.
They have been so supportive of this ministry, and they love the fact that the kids get to run the restaurant. So I believed when we were going to open this up that it wasn't just me running the restaurant, and it wasn't going to be me just telling the students what to do and putting them on dishes. And so I try to tell them when they come in, number one, I hope you learn something other than just how to cook. I also want you to learn how to run a restaurant. I want you to learn how to run this business.
And you've had students, right? We were just talking the other day that have worked here, and now they're wanting to major in it, right?
Right. I have a student that she was with me for 3 years, and she is now going down to Southern and enrolling in the culinary arts program.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's super exciting to see the students when they create things and they want to, help move it forward. But it's also important that they connect with the community, and that, I'm trying to teach them to reach out and to be compassionate, but also to see someone and not necessarily judge them. We don't judge them. So even if you came in and you looked like you had money, I'm not going to say, no, you can't use a token.
Oh, right.
We do not ask.
Everything about that. So in church, I don't know, this has been my experience. There'll be times where I'll think about how rough the world is, and I wanted to make a difference, and you kind of frame in your mind, well, it would look like this or look like that, and
Sure.
there are very few times in life where I've come to a situation where it just all made sense, and it just worked, and this is one of those. This idea of if you can pay to support those who can't.
Sure.
And mentoring young people so that they can, in return, if they want to, make this their livelihood and pay it forward going forward. I mean, this is like a training school.
It is, and it's also teaching, I think, the importance of volunteering.
Yeah.
I think we got away from it in some generations past, and this, I think, is very important so that they continue to volunteer throughout their adulthood. And this might just be a stepping stone for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got one more here.
So
this is the Reuben.
That is your Reuben, and
My wife would. She's a big fan.
my nephew came to work for me in January, and we were trying to figure out different sandwiches, and so I thought, I'm always trying to come up with something different and come up with a new idea because I get bored quick.
Sauerkraut.
Corned beef, Thousand Island, and it's vegan.
And the Thousand Island is vegan?
Yep, the Thousand Island is vegan.
And then cheese, and then usually on rye, but I'm not a rye
but
guy,
today
so.
you got it on sourdough. And then it's
so
grilled
good.
on a panini maker. So in the month of March, we hosted this sandwich as our sandwich of the month, and we did like 403 sandwiches. And
come on.
we did not have this one on the menu, so
Come on.
we
This
put
is
it
so
on the
good.
menu. Yeah, so we put it on the menu.
Man, this is so good. So there's this mindset that if you eat healthy, you have to take the hit on taste.
Sure.
There's no hit.
No.
Oh, and okay, so if you're watching and you know me, you know I'm kind of a food snob. I'm a foodie.
Right.
So I'm not mailing this in. This is awesome. Oh, man, this is so good.
I'm so glad. You have enough to take home for tonight and even tomorrow, maybe.
I know. This is so good. I can't eat it all right now, but
No.
I want to. Man, this is okay. I have to take one more bite. So tell me, okay, there's a camp meeting coming up, right?
There is. Camp meetings coming up. I think camp pitch next week, and then camp meeting the following week. So,
What are your hours? Like if people
We
they're coming there,
extended
no,
it.
because Edmore is what? For those that might not know, Edmore, Michigan is, what is it about? Like an hour? No, not even 30 minutes southwest of Mount Pleasant, kind of in
Yeah.
the central part of the state.
Yep,
And we're about, what, 6 miles, 7 miles from Cedar Lake?
if that.
Okay, so Cedar Lake is where Great Lakes Adventist Academy is in Michigan. And so, I mean, super close. And they have a camp meeting every summer and for a week. And so if you're watching this and you're coming to camp meeting, when can they come?
So our hours are from 10 until 4, Monday through Friday. And you can order ahead of time. I'm going to have a loyalty card. So
What's that?
if you get it filled out, you get, I think it's 20% off your next order or a free cinnamon roll.
Oh, nice.
That's going to go in with our menu that is only going to be run for that 1 week. So we downsized our menu. We only highlighted certain things that are really good sellers, added a couple of different salads. The Michigan salad is one. And then
What's that?
A Michigan salad is fresh greens, tart cherries, fresh blueberries, your choice of vegan or regular feta cheese, red onions, and pecans.
Oh,
So-
that sounds good. And I'm
Yeah.
not a salad guy, but that sounds really good.
Yeah, that
I'm a
one's
fruit
really
salad
good
guy. Yeah.
seller. And then, of course, the Reuben's on there, and we have some other things that are on there, a couple of power bowls and our wraps. And then I'm doing a special Monday through Friday, so you'll just have to look at the flyer. It's in the welcome packet, and
Okay.
that's what everybody would order off of. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to offer delivery. I don't have that part of it worked out yet, but
Maybe if you had volunteers.
if I could get some volunteers, then
Right.
we would be able to deliver out to the campground, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm not lying when I say that everything was fantastic, and I would
Good.
easily want to order it if I came
Sure.
again. But I feel like I need to say this is probably the king. The Reuben,
Uh-huh.
that was my favorite.
Yeah, it is a really good
Man,
salad.
it was good. You've got to come and try you've got to try this Reuben, especially if you're a meat eater.
Right.
And you're like, oh yeah, right. Try it. It's so good. I mean, you can't believe how good it is. And man, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome so much. I'm so glad you were able to come in, and I've wanted for a really long time to be able to talk about our ministry, and it just makes me feel so good that we're able to do this today.
Oh, absolutely. And okay, so here's the deal, guys. We always have a challenge. Here's your challenge: drive to Edmore. Typically open 10 to 2, correct?
Typically open 10 to 2. However, I'm here a lot of times until 3, and I tell people I don't ever turn anyone away. If you knock on the door and I'm like getting ready to go out the back door, I'll turn around and come back in and cook for you. So it doesn't matter
Yeah. Oh.
what time it is.
Okay, and so we'll put your phone, like if they want to call you or
Sure.
is there a website or no?
We have a Facebook,
Okay.
and we do have a website.
Okay.
My phone number for the restaurant here is 989-427-FOOD.
Oh.
So not hard to
Wow, that's easy.
to remember.
Okay, so if you want to call, make reservations, make sure the Reuben is in, whatever. The challenge is if you're around Edmore, totally come here. And I know this is totally out of the norm for Man Talk. We don't usually do like full-on promotions, but this is so awesome. We just had to do it, and absolutely love this place. Totally support it, and hope you will too. And thanks for watching. And remember, now here's the thing. I'm gonna have to do this because usually my best buddy, my partner's here. But in Man Talk, we have 3 things. Okay.
Sure.
Love God,
Yep.
love everybody,
Yep.
and duct tape fixes everything.
Wow.
So I don't know if duct tape could fix there's nothing need fixing here, but that's our.
Only if you bust a button on your pants.
Yeah, there you go. Duct tape will fix that too. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.